There are other races supposedly out there that are sort of vying for the planet. The reptilians came to the planet about 3,000–4,000 years ago. When they came to Earth, they tried to control the humans. They're a very warlike, dominating race. I started to do the research and I came across this author called David Icke, and he pretty much brought into a book all my ideas on what was going on. He's brought out quite a few books. I had quite a few conversations with this man about my research and what I was interested in, and he was a great help. This guy is a highly intelligent man who, if independent research is done into him, will find that he's not someone who's trying to play a joke. Their elite, when their planet had been destroyed, got their best people, their philosophers, their warriors, from all spectrums of life, and they came to Earth. When they came to Earth, they tried to control the humans, and for a time they controlled the populace. But eventually the populace rose against this overt control. They have holographic projectors that allow themselves to be seen as humans by humans. Most of the royal families across the world, even though not in overt power anymore, still indirectly control a lot of things. Royal bloodlines replace royal with reptilian and you start to see the grand picture. They're either Draconians or Draconian half-breeds. All ancient societies had temples or altars built towards the sky that allowed for their priestess to go up there and mate with the lords from the sky. The Bible, for example, has the word in Elohim. Elohim means lords from the sky, but at the Council of Messiah, Constantine changed it to singular God, and it became, instead of God of the sky, just became God. The original translation meant Lords of the Sky at a time when the Draconians had more control.
Yes, I think that the word odd doesn't actually cover it. I think it's one of those things. I mean, I know Jules Verne was ahead of his time when he talked about 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and going to the moon and all that, but I think this is like beyond that one. Out to the barking area, as in barking mad. But some people need to believe in that the world has something more than something exotic, something that people have always wanted to believe that they have the inner.
Most people in power are either directly controlled or themselves Draconians, and they are definitely a threat nowadays. Denver Airport in America, United States of America, has complexes outside of it that serve no purpose whatsoever on the outside. But there's passages underground that people are denied entry to. David Icke has met with people who have come from these underground bases where they say pretty much humans are kept as cattle to feed their Draconian members of the population. And under these places, the Draconians also are allowed to live as themselves in their own nature and have, you could almost imagine a duplicate of the world going on at the moment on the top, going on underneath as well.
We have a three-decker universe and the reptiles live underneath.
In the Denver airport, there's a lot of Freemason symbols that tie in with the Draconians. These trigger off subliminal, I'm not quite sure, pretty much subliminal messages in people, and these have triggers that set them off, and they do certain things that help the Draconians out. There's quite a wide circle of people out there who believe in this. There's shops out there called circle shops that produce information about this greater, I guess you could say, conspiracy going on, and there are other, I guess you could say, fellowships of people who believe this in different chapters across the world.
The idea of it being a conspiracy theory is a bit funny, because what is it a conspiracy about? Like, there's shape-shifting reptiles around, and that they control the kind of high power. I think it's interesting that people find that need to develop some kind of conspiracy around the structure of our world. The Draconian Agenda, the Illuminati, that kind of thing is is a break off kind of form of belief, religious belief almost, and that people use it as a way to you know, to be involved in something that no one else is involved in, and to kind of and yeah, that idea of elitism is involved in it as well. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if the Queen was a lizard.
Over time, more active resistance started to form, more people started carrying the torch. An airport in London that had these things going on, a group of us, I wouldn't even include myself, but a group of people I'm in contact with, launched a raid on the underground complex to free humans that had been raised in that environment. And this is going on across the world. There are numerous, I guess you could say even freedom fighters trying to do what they can to liberate the humans that are enthralled by the Draconians.
Do you think there's a chance that you could be wrong? Even like an offside chance that you could just be barking up the wrong tree?
That I'm wrong?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I'd say unlikely to the point of 0.00000000001.
I'd say prove it.